Hey you guys, I am back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another episode of this Piscean Reports. So you guys, the first reading was pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. So I'm going to do a we'll see. We'll see what comes. If I don't know if this next, I want to do another love reading, and I don't know if this is going to be a part 2 or not. So we'll just see what happens. This might literally end up being, because we're going to use the other new deck that I got this time, and see what messages we get as well. So we're going to use the Romance Angel, and then what's the name of this here? Gosh. And I don't have, my other phone's not on, and this one is, so I can't tell you. But we are going to, it's like yes, no, maybe. You know, I think it's called the Oracle Answers, or Answers on Oracle, something like that. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. See if you guys can see that I am shuffling. Let's see what messages we get, and then we'll use that deck and see what we get here. Okay. Do I want to go across? 1, 2. I started it, so let's do 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay. Let's see what we get here. I may or may not do this. This is my first time doing it, using it, this deck for you guys, and so we'll see what happens. Let's see. I may not even end up uploading. We'll see. So let's see what we got here. Pay attention to the red flags. Oh my goodness. New love, ladies and gentlemen. Give your relationship a chance and trust. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So we'll see, you guys. Let's see what messages we get. What is that? We'll see. Okay. Now, blessed angels in heaven, beloved spirit guide, give me. I'm going to draw. I will draw. Okay. What's the significance of pay attention to the red flags? Oh my gosh. So, and then you've got new love here. So I'm wondering if, okay, this is the card that came out. Pay attention to the red flags. It says yes. So it says yes, but clear the clutter. You need to declutter your mind or space before progress can be made. So if someone is thinking about walking away, maybe you have not walked away, in which case, or you're in a situation that really requires you to kind of take a step back, okay? Maybe there's more going on than meets the eye, but there's definitely, the universe has been showing you signs about this particular relationship that you are in. Okay, new love. You want to give me a card for new love? Ooh, what's in here? Oh, you got 2. So your first card, you've got yes, green light. Ooh, this is your signal to move towards whatever you desire. Love it. Then you've got maybe here. The answer is within. You already know the solution. Trust yourself to make the right decision. So yeah, you've got yes, 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 yes. Where it comes to new love, it said, listen, whatever answer. So if you meet someone, maybe you're going to be wondering, let me see, is this the person? And they said, well, maybe you meet someone, you're like, what's up with this one? It says you already know the solution. Trust yourself to make the right decision. So let me say this. When I see that, keep in mind, new love could certainly come your way, but I always tell people this. I always caution you on this. Don't just the very next person that sees you, you go, yep, that's the one, and I'm going to go for it. Okay, because we encounter a lot of people. Maybe somebody bumps into you on the bus and says, hey, how you doing? Or on a train, or in a grocery store, and they were checking you out, and they're, hey, how you doing? You're thinking, oh my gosh, new love, this is probably the one, because you did see yes, and it's the green light. Okay, this is what it say. This is your signal to move towards whatever you desire. Now, like I said, be very discerning. Okay, because let's say hypothetically, there's someone out there and they're seeing this reading and they're interested in you, and so they say, oh well, I'm gonna hurry up and I'm just gonna bump into them and I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna speak up or ask them out and try to in hopes that they automatically assume I'm the one. Like maybe you told them I listen to tarot readings, and they just happen to catch a reading, go, oh well, I'll just make myself, I'll just hurry up and be that first person that they see, and then they'll just automatically think it's me. Practice discernment. Okay. Trust this is going to be one of those things, like I said. Okay. Trust yourself to make the right decision. Okay. I think you absolutely will. Where new love is concerned, you'll know the one. We'll just say that. You'll know the one for you. Okay. Now, you've got to give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Someone wants you to do that. Maybe someone from the person, because you've got pay attention to the red flags, right? But then you've got this here. Somebody is like, come on, give us a chance. Let's work on this. That type of thing. I don't see reconciliation here. I see give your relationship a chance, in which someone is wanting you to give them another chance. But like the universe said, pay attention to the red flags, okay? Maybe they're going to try to talk you into, staying. I don't want to say reconciliation because if you guys are separated, whatever. Clearly you might be. For some of you, you may very well be separated, in which case you meet someone new. Others of you, you may be in the relationship, but it's nearing its end. It's reaching its expiration date, in which case now you're going to meet someone. The universe presents someone to you, and you go, oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh, maybe this is somebody that you've known for a minute. And you've always liked them, but you were too afraid to say. In which case, this is now that time. You've got, okay, give your relationship a chance. Look at it, it's so funny. The person is going to be like, give your relationship a chance. This is you. No, no, but you'll gain important and valuable insight from this experience. Yes, 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 yes. Look at you. Look at the look on your face. Give this relationship a chance. No. That is so funny. It says no, but you'll gain insight from it. So your person may want you to, come on, baby, let's give this a chance. Let's, and they might try to remind you of the good old days and the times when you guys were in love and happy. And you're like, you know what? The universe is saying no. Okay. Or maybe you yourself is thinking, nah. No, but like I love seeing that. You're going to gain important and valuable insight from this experience. Everything's a lesson, right? It's just a lesson. I say this, I've said it before, and I will say it again. Sometimes, if you guys are separated, because like you got to pay attention to the red flags, right? So let's say you did and you ended, or you recognize that it's pretty much, it's like I said, it's reached its expiration date. Okay. And somebody's talking about give you a chance, and they're giving you every reason why you guys should continue on, just because someone else is, let's say they recognize they made a mistake. okay, and they're coming back to you with flowers or whatever, a ring or anything, and they're trying to give you every reason why you guys should stay together. I always say, just because that's what someone else wants doesn't mean you have to. Just because they say you guys belong together, this was always meant to be, doesn't mean that you have to follow suit. Okay, you say we were meant to be together, therefore okay. No. Trust your gut, trust your feelings, okay, your intuitive feelings, and it may sound very pretty and very nice in the moment if they're giving you flowers and I love you and I made a mistake and come on, I'm sorry. We look at how many years we've put into this, like what does that mean? Because you guys put a lot of years into it. That just means that you put more years into something that wasn't meant to be than you needed to, So just trust your insight, trust your intuition. Just because somebody says we belong together, therefore that does not mean you have to follow suit. Okay. Now, last card, you've got trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I love it. Yes. Yes. This is over. Okay? I mean, you meet somebody new. They find out you met somebody new. Come on, baby, give it a chance. I love you. I'm sorry. Okay, I messed up. I didn't mean to do that. You're right. I shouldn't have done that. And I love you. And I recognize and I realize that I love you. It's like, have faith. With trust your intuition. Trust. Let's see what card we're going to get before we do this. Let's see. Give me a card for trust. You guys, I know y'all hear me. Oh, did I drop one? No, I thought I did. I know y'all hear me over to the side. I should have been doing this in front of you guys, but... Oh, wait. Hold on. That's a little... Oh, it's two. Wow. Wow, trust. Yes. You got two yeses with trust. Look at this. Your first card is trust. And we're like, well, should we trust? And it's a yes, but be prepared for detours. The path might shift, but it's guiding you exactly where you need to be. Okay? And then you've got the second card. Trust your intuition. And then should I trust... trust what my spirit is saying, what my heart is saying. It says yes, but don't ignore the details. Okay, don't overlook the small things that can have a big effect on the outcome. Okay, that falls under the category of pay attention to the red flags. Okay, now hold on, I'm seeing something here as well, and I'm like, should I mention that as well? For some of you guys, I will say this. Let me say this, okay? Now, for some of you guys, like I said, you guys are going to be like, there's somebody new and you're like, no, this has reached its expiration date. For others of you, the new love could quite literally be you guys, giving the relationship a second chance, okay? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Would pay attention to the red flags. It's like, recognize, see the problems in the relationship, okay? Don't gloss over that, okay? Because if there is a reconciliation that is going to take place and you guys will experience the new love again, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh. Yeah, for some of you guys that are there, where it's going to be a situation where you're going to give it a second chance. Okay, don't gloss over that. Okay, that's when I see that, and it says don't overlook the small things that could have a big effect on the outcome. Okay, this is that situation where those of you who are actually going to reconcile, Um, don't gloss over. I mean, it came here. I guess I could put it there. Okay, because you do have trust. Okay, so if you guys, for those of you, if you are going to reconcile with your person, you guys love each other, for whatever reason, you guys feel your love is worth saving. And if that is the case, then make sure, okay, and I can see where trust would come up, okay, but don't gloss over the problems that were in a relationship. If you want to give it a second chance and you want this, and you've got trust that there's something that can definitely happen here, okay, because you do see, be prepared for detours. Okay, so for some of you guys, it could be a situation where um you didn't think that this was going to turn out the way it did, okay. Hold on, I'm looking at that. Give your relationship a chance, and you're like, nah, no, but you're gonna gain some insight from it. you know, I feel like this is your energy, definitely your energy. Like you're because when pay attention to the red flags, I see that situation where you're like, you know what, I don't think I want to do this again because this happened and that happened. And remember when you did this and then you did that, you don't listen to me, you don't respect me, you don't honor me, make sure you guys talk it out, like they said, don't overlook the small things. So for those of you, if you are going to trust that this can work out and you want to give it a chance, I know you're definitely in this energy right here, like, what, I don't want to do this, I'm going to just learn the lessons, and then in which case the universe could be like, what, just trust everything this can be saved. This relationship can be saved, but don't overlook the red flags, okay? Pay attention to the details. For some of you, you may be in this energy here where you're like, nope, I'm going to just learn the lessons. And the universe is like, yeah, I can see that. But you've got trust and you know what? When I say the path, this path might shift. You might think you're over this, but sometimes life throws curveballs that you didn't see coming. That's what I say, expect this to shift. You might think you're over it. You might think you're done. You might be in the no energy, but this could be spirit saying you can give this another chance, and the trust and that new love is here, For others of you, it's we are done. We're done. And then we've got new, okay? You may meet somebody and they're going to be like, okay, you know what? You didn't expect that. Expect a curveball, expect a shift in where you thought your path was going to go, where you thought your love life was going to go, For some of you, it could quite literally be a situation where, well, I won't say that. Not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But yeah, so I love the second one. Reading one is separate in and of itself. Reading two is like, listen, for those of you, if you are looking for, if your relationship has reached an impasse, then trust that. Go with that, And what did it say? I forgot that one. You're already new love. The answer is within. You already know the solution. Trust yourself to make the right decision. Yes. Trust, okay? Trust that you'll meet the right person. Trust your intuition. Trust your guides, if it feels right, if you meet somebody and it feels like you guys have known each other forever, this is a karmic partner. You know what I mean? I love karmic relationships. Dang. Somebody that you just click with and you vibe with, and you're like, oh my God, it's like, I get you, you get me. It's a beautiful thing. When it works. It's a beautiful thing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'll just leave this one here, okay? So for those of you looking for new love, yeah, you got a big green light here. All right, move towards whatever you want. You want something new, go for it. All right, for those of you who said, no, I am not giving this thing a second chance, and this could be spirit saying, hey, give it a second chance, trust, but don't ignore the red flags. Talk about it. If you guys are going to get back together, you better talk that ish out, you know. Make sure everybody understands, okay? If you're going to move forward, make sure both sides talk, you know. Get it out. Say what needs to be said. Whatever needed to be said in the past was never said. And so you guys ended it. And Spirit is like, but you know what? You guys were actually pretty good together. We put you guys together for a reason. You just kind of hit a stumbling block. In which case, let's just, you know, talk it out, work it out. And then you guys pick it up and keep going, you know. All right, I'm going to go. I hope you guys liked the reading. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe. Oh my God, my stomach is growling. I have not eaten all day. I'm starving. And it's 7 o'clock. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go. You guys have a great evening. Once again, if the Pisces did not see the other reading, I will say happy birthday to you guys in this one as well. Happy birthday, fishies. I hope you had a beautiful day. I hope it was warm and sunny and fabulous. Okay. I will see you guys next time on the next video. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.